You have never seen your own face. Not really. The version you see every morning in the mirror is reversed. Left becomes right. Right becomes left. Every photograph you have ever taken of yourself looks slightly wrong to you. Slightly off, slightly unfamiliar, in a way you cannot quite explain. But to everyone else, that photograph is exactly what you look like. To everyone else, it is simply your face. And the face in the mirror, the one you have spent your entire life believing is you, is a version of yourself that no one else has ever seen. Most people know this in a vague, abstract way. They have heard that mirrors reverse your image. They accept it as a minor curiosity and move on. What they do not consider is how deep that reversal goes, and how much of what you believe about your own appearance is built entirely on a reflection that has never once shown you what you actually look like. The first thing to understand is why the mirror version feels more like you. You have seen your mirror image thousands of times, tens of thousands, every morning, every night, every passing glance at a reflective surface. Your brain has built its internal model of your face almost entirely from this reversed image. So when you see a photograph and the true image, the one that shows you as others see you, your brain registers it as subtly wrong. The asymmetries that you are used to seeing on the left are now on the right. The way your hair falls, the angle of your nose, the slight unevenness of your mouth, all of it flipped, and because it doesn't match the template your brain has spent a lifetime constructing, it feels like a bad photo, like you don't look like yourself, when in fact it is the only image that has ever shown you as you actually are. This is called the mere exposure effect, and it was first formally described by psychologist Robert Zayonk in 1968. His central finding was simple and strange. We prefer things we have seen before, purely because we have seen them before. Familiarity creates preference, independent of any objective quality. Your mirror image is familiar, your photograph is not, and so your brain tells you the photograph is wrong, not because it is worse, but because it is unfamiliar. Researchers have tested this directly. In 1977, psychologists Theodore Mehta, Marshall Donaldson, and William Itkin showed people two versions of their own face, the mirror image and the true image, and asked which one they preferred. Then they showed the same two images to each person's close friends and asked the same question. The results split cleanly down the middle. People preferred the mirror version, the reversed face they had spent their life looking at. Their friends preferred the true image, the face they actually encountered every day. Both groups were simply choosing familiarity. They just had opposite versions of familiarity to choose from, which means the face you prefer is the face nobody else ever sees. And the face everyone else prefers is the face you almost never see yourself. But here is where it gets stranger, because the reversal in a mirror is not the only way your self-perception is distorted. Your face is asymmetric, significantly more asymmetric than you think. Every human face is, but most people dramatically underestimate how asymmetric their own face is, because the mirror creates an illusion of balance. When you look at your reflection, you see a face with the same degree of asymmetry on both sides, because the mirror reverses the asymmetry along with everything else. You become accustomed to a version of your face that appears more symmetrical than it actually is. When you see a true photograph, the real asymmetry is suddenly visible. One eye slightly lower, one side of the mouth slightly higher, features distributed unevenly in ways you had never noticed, because the tool you used to observe yourself was always hiding them. Research from the University of Louisville has found that people consistently rate their own faces as more symmetrical than they actually are. And here's the part that matters. Facial symmetry is one of the primary cues humans use to assess attractiveness and health. Your self-assessment of your own attractiveness is being made based on a face that does not exist. It has been smoothed and balanced by a mirror that was never capable of showing you the truth. And then there is the question of movement. You have only ever seen your own face in one of two states, still in a photograph or reversed in a mirror. You have never seen your own face the way other people see it. You have never seen it in motion, in conversation, reacting in real time. The micro expressions that flash across your face in a fraction of a second, the way your eyes move before your mouth starts speaking, the specific quality of your smile at the exact moment it becomes genuine rather than performed. These are the things that form other people's actual impression of your face, and you have never once observed any of them. When people watch video recordings of themselves for the first time, the reaction is almost universal: discomfort, unfamiliarity, a sense that something something is wrong with the recording, but the recording is not wrong. The recording is the first time in their lives they have ever seen what other people see. The face moving, reacting, expressing exactly as it does in every conversation they have ever had with another person. It looks wrong because it is the most accurate image they have ever encountered of themselves. What this all points to is something quietly disorienting. The self you carry in your mind, the visual identity you have built across a lifetime of mirrors and photographs, and the image of your own face in your imagination is a construction. It is assembled from reversed images, flattened symmetry, and static snapshots. It has never once included the thing that other people actually respond to when they look at you. A face in motion, in its true orientation, fully asymmetric, completely alive. Other people know what you look like better than you do. They have always seen the real version. You have been looking at a reflection your entire life and calling it yourself. The face in the mirror is not your face. It is the face you have convinced yourself is yours because it is the only one you have ever been shown. And somewhere out there, in the eyes of every person who has ever looked at you, is the face you have never seen. The one they recognize immediately, the one they remember, the one they would describe if asked, the one that is, in every way that matters, actually you. You will probably never be fully comfortable looking at it. Neither will anyone else looking at their own, but everyone who has ever looked at you has seen it clearly, without confusion, without it feeling wrong. To them, it has always just been your face, the one they know, the one you don't. There is one more dimension to this that most people have never considered. In the last several years, millions of people have spent thousands of hours watching themselves on video calls, and researchers studying this phenomenon have found something consistent and concerning. People who spend significant time watching themselves on camera during video calls report higher levels of appearance dissatisfaction than people who do not because the camera shows something worse than reality, but because it shows something unfamiliar. Your brain, trained on the mirror image, registers the true image, the one the camera shows, as slightly wrong, and slightly wrong, seen for hours a day, accumulates into a persistent low-level distress about an appearance that everyone else considers perfectly normal. The face you are distressed about is the face other people find completely unremarkable. The face other people find slightly jarring is the one in the mirror, the one you love. You and everyone around you are each living inside an inverted self-perception, comparing yourselves to a standard no one else can see, distressed by a reflection that was never real to begin with. The most accurate image of your face that has ever existed is one you have never been able to look at directly. It is the one that lives in the memory of everyone who has ever looked at you, and they have never thought twice about it. To them, it is simply you. It has always been simply you. The strangeness is entirely yours to carry.